Hello, my name is Jenna Bressler, and for my final project, I decided to look into the archaeology of music, specifically in South America. The sites I have picked for this project are presented in chronological order and are important to the archaeology of music because they show evidence of instruments and music before colonialism, which often seems to be overlooked. The first culture I have for you today is the pyramids of Caral, dating back to 26,000 BCE. Located in the Andean region of South America, the people of the pyramids of Caral evolved in isolation, especially compared to their contemporaries in Egypt and the Indus Valley. Because they lived in South America, their environment would have been warmer and possibly more humid. They developed many complex systems and tools, including string instruments such as the lyre, lute, and harp. Archaeologists also excavated 32 flutes and 38 other instruments, which emphasizes their collective musical performance aspect of their culture. There is also imagery that depicts the musical instruments and musicians on stone slabs and pottery, which is more physical evidence that there were instruments and therefore music in this culture predating colonialism. Archaeologists also believe that their music had a great tie with death. The second site is located in Peru, at the headwaters of the Marañón River, dating back to 3000 BCE. This site, Chavín de Hontar, is an archaeological site rather than a people. Again, because it is in South America, the environment of the site would be more warm and humid, as aforementioned. This site seemed to have served as a gathering place for people to practice religion, meaning that a lot of the music played at this site were used in ritual. A recent discovery found 20 shell trumpets called patutos, which resemble the picture on the top right corner of the slide. These trumpets were made with strombus shells obtained through long-distance trade. Another physical remain that implies the use of music at the site are the stones surrounding it. This is because the stones are engraved with people carrying ritual items, including the trumpets. Our third culture is found with the Mapuche people in Chile, dating back to 600 BCE. They would have been specifically located in this area that is outlined in red on the map picture above, with a humid and warm environment, especially being next to the sea. Excavations here have shown physical evidence of many musical instruments, providing an excellent representation of the variety of music and music cultures shared by the Mapuche people. Scientific research into these physical remains show that along with instruments, there were also the existence of a complex theoretical musical system, including minor intervals, semitones, and more. One of the more popular cultures to show evidence of music before colonialism was the Mayan culture dating back to 300 BC. In their time, they occupied a lot of the northwestern part of the isthmus. In modern-day terms, they would have occupied Chiapas, Yucatan, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, El Salvador, and parts of Nicaragua. Archaeologists believe that music played a significant role in many rituals, ceremonies, and even classes. This means that certain instruments and types of music were reserved for the upper class, while the rest were for everyone else. There are many physical remains of the musical instruments and performances here. The most famous exhibition of performances in the Maya culture are the Bonampak frescoes of Chiapas, Mexico. The most common instruments found by archaeologists in this area were ancient flutes and ocarinas similar to those depicted in the photo on the bottom right. Lastly, we have the Inca, dating to 1400 AD. They are located in modern-day Chile, while also occupying west and south-central Bolivia, southwest Ecuador, and Peru. Archaeologists suspect that their music was used for spiritual and religious practices as well as war. Their music was usually accompanied with high-pitched nasal singing, and the Inca usually used the word taqui to describe all things involving dance, music, and singing. Their music was pentatonic, meaning it only used 5 notes, and there are 2 types of musical instruments commonly found throughout the Inca territory, which are wind and percussion. These were often discovered in burial graves, and they were often engraved. These are my credits for all of the information and pictures you saw on the previous slide. And finally, after discussing all of these types of music and enjoying every single musical recommendation provided by Professor Shepherdson, I wanted to include my own musical recommendation. This is my favorite song at the moment, however I will not be playing it in this video due to its lengthiness, but please enjoy Worth It by Biba Doobie.